The importance of compelling sales copy is often overlooked. But if you're able to actually write sales copy that really resonates with your website visitors, this can drastically improve the results that you see on your website. If you're noticing that your website visitors are just not converting into tangible leads or customers, people who are buying your products or people who are actively investing in your services, then there could be a disconnect between the words that are on the pages of your website and actually what your customers are looking for. In this video, I want to dive deep into what sales copy is and some of the changes you can make to your website to improve the sales copy and hopefully in turn improve the way in which your website converts website visitors into leads, customers, and clients for your business. Hi guys, it's Sam Day here from DeyTips.com, and in this video I want to speak about sales copy and most importantly some of the changes that you can make to your website to help improve how well your website visitors convert into leads and sales. So you might be noticing that maybe you're getting visitors to your website but they're not actually turning into customers yet. Well, one of the reasons that this could be is maybe the sales copy on your website is not compelling enough to actually convert someone from, maybe a casual website visitor into someone who's curious enough to actually take the next step in your sales funnel. So the very first thing that you want to think about is your customer. I always speak about this on my channel, and understanding your customer is the most important thing. The better you understand your customer, the easier it is for you to sell to them. First and foremost, you really want to think about the problem that your customer has, because you're not selling a product. You're not selling a service, you're actually selling a solution to a problem. So what problem are you solving? And make sure that you make that problem clear on the sales pages when you're selling your product. It's a great idea to create a customer avatar so you can really start to identify who it is that you're trying to target. What race is the person that you're trying to reach? What age are they? What gender are they? How old are they? Do they have children? Are they university educated? What jobs do they do? Are they professional? Do they speak with a professional tone, or do they use slang words? What social media platforms do they use? You really want to understand your customer as much as possible, and you want to use that information to your advantage when creating your website. You don't want to just create a website for you selfishly, but you want to think, who is my target customer and what type of things do they enjoy? What type of things do they like? Let me create a website that's optimized for them. And most importantly, when you're creating your website, you want to make sure that you're optimizing it with your ideal customer in mind. So you want to use pictures, you want to use words, you want to use phrases, you want to use terminology that your ideal customer is likely to actually resonate with. Once you understand who your customer is, then you want to go into the next stage of understanding your customers' needs, wants, and desires. Now, again, I speak about this on my channel as well, but this is super important. And you really want to firmly understand where your product fits in terms of these needs, wants, and desires. Is your product something that someone just wants? Is it something that someone desires, or is it something that someone needs? Is it an essential product? Is it an essential service that you're offering? So you want to kind of bear in mind and categorize your product in these kinds of things. Is your product a luxury item that maybe they don't necessarily need, but they might really want? So you want to appeal to that want factor when you're creating your sales copy, when you're writing your sales pages. So you really want to focus on that want, on building that desire and kind of persuading in terms of how that item will look or how that service will make them feel. So you want to really think about, why would someone purchase this? If they're purchasing it because it's something that they just desire, then you really need to appeal to that desire when writing your sales copy. If it's something that someone needs, then it's less of a hard sell and it's more of just, why should they buy from you as opposed to your competitors? Is your product or service more convenient? Can you deliver it quicker? Is your customer service better? What are the features of your product that distinguish you from your competitors? So you really want to look at the needs, wants, and desires, see where your product fits most, and really kind of appeal to that when creating the copy on your website. Another really important aspect of your sales copy is to get your ideal customer to say yes. Now, you might remember some of these really cheesy adverts that we used to see on TV and radio that might start with something like, "Hey, are you suffering with arthritis?" And if you're suffering with arthritis, you might just subconsciously say, "Yes, yeah, I'm suffering with arthritis." Now, obviously, that's a really cheesy and inauthentic way to do it, and most people kind of understand that that's just someone trying to sell them something. But you want to get your customer to agree with you or to say yes, or you want to be able to relate to them within your sales copy. Because if they're able to say yes within your sales copy, then they're actually more likely to be engaged with where it is you're writing. And if you get them in the mindset of saying yes when they see your headline, when they're reading your sales copy on your sales pages, then when you ask them for that sale, because they've been saying yes so many times whilst reading your sales copy, they are a lot more likely to say yes, click your sales button or your buy now button and make that purchase. So again, going back to the needs, wants and desires of your ideal customer, and even going back to my first tip, which is understanding your customer, use that information to your advantage when creating your sales copy and see if there's any opportunities where you can actually get them to say yes. Maybe you tell a joke within your sales copy. Maybe you're selling Mother's Day gifts on your website, for example, and you say something like, "Hey, getting a Mother's Day gift right is really important." And they might inwardly say, "Yeah, it is really important." So it might not be an obvious question to get them to say yes, but just get them to agree with something that you have on your sales copy, on your sales page, or even on your product page. And if they agree with some of the copy on your page and they're in the mindset of saying yes, then again, they are a lot more likely to actually make that purchase. Now, this brings me on to my next point, which is when creating the written copy on your website, you want to make sure that you're actually using the language that your ideal customer will use or that they're likely to use. Now, this can really help to compel them to actually make that purchase. Now, this can kind of go both ways because you have a consumer and you have a customer. So you want to make sure that you're appealing to the language of your ideal customer. So for example, a customer of, for example, a pair of Nike trainers might be someone who is an adult, but the person who's consuming it, so the person who is actually wearing those trainers, might be a teenager. So you have to really think about who is buying it and how am I going to appeal to someone who is buying this particular product. So for example, you might have identified that your ideal customer is a mum of two, maybe in her mid-30s. So what kind of verbiage is she using? What kind of language is she using? Can you relate to that? Can you use any of that within your sales copy? Now, the worst thing in the world is trying to make a purchase online and you're reading through sales copy or you're reading through someone's product or service page and it bores you to death. Now, that's the greatest way to kill your conversions. You want to make sure that your copy is actually engaging and that it actually encourages people to want to read more. One of the greatest ways to do this is to build curiosity within your sales copy. I did a video on curiosity not too long ago, and I'll leave that video in the description down below, so make sure you go and check that out. But if you can be more curious in your sales copy and make people want to read more, like make your product sound really interesting, make your service sound really interesting, this could actually really help you to improve the way in which your web pages convert. Another great tip for creating engaging sales copy that really converts is to actually think about results and speak about those results within your sales copy. Don't just speak about what your product does, but speak about how what that thing does will bring about a great result. So for example, you might be a masseuse and the result of someone hiring your services is that they're going to feel relaxed. Maybe their back pain is going to be reduced. Maybe you're going to relieve their stress. So think about the impact and how that person is going to feel after they hire your service or after they use your product. Yes, you want to talk about what you're going to do, so the technicalities of it, but you want to kind of speak about the results more, because people are not trying to buy a product or trying to buy a service. People are trying to buy a solution to an issue that they have. So you want to think about what that issue is and speak about how you're going to resolve that issue within your sales copy. If someone comes to your website and they don't feel like your website, your products, or your service is actually going to resolve an issue that they have, then they're a lot more likely to just click off of your website and try and find another solution. But if you can prove within the pages of your website and within your products and your services pages that your product or your service can actually help to bring about the desired result that your customer wants, then this is a lot more likely to actually get your website visitors to want to buy your products or invest in your service. Now, again, this goes back to my point number 1 and number 2 of understanding your customer, because in order for you to really sell them the result they want, you have to know what result they want. And that comes with market research, firmly understanding who your customer is, what their needs, wants, and desires are, what problems they have, so that you can actually go about to solve those problems. Another great way to actually improve the copy on your website is to use customer testimonials. So if someone can actually vouch for the results that they have gotten using your product or your service, then that can really entice and help your customers to actually want to make that purchase, because they might be thinking, oh, that person got a result, maybe I can get a result too. If you can get someone to give video testimonials, then that would be awesome. You can add that to your website. You can add that to your sales page as well. So if someone has got a positive result from your product or your service, then see if you can get them to review your product or your service and leave a testimonial for you. You might also use things such as Google My Business, or you might use a review kind of app on your website so that people can actually leave reviews of your website, and you can use the rich snippet feature within Google to actually help you to add that to your website so people can actively see the reviews that people have left on your website. So I'll leave links in the description down below to my video on Google My Business, where people can actually leave reviews of your business, and I'll also leave a video in the description down below as well of Google rich snippets, so you can add rich snippets to your website. You may have seen this before on the internet, where you Google for something and you see kind of reviews in the search results before someone makes a decision to click on that particular website, and that rich snippet video will teach you how to do that. Now, my final tip in this video is to make sure that you test your sales copy. You might not know really what's going to convert into sales the very first time you write a piece of copy. So you want to make sure that you're constantly making changes, making tweaks, and analyzing those tweaks to see what it is or what changes are having a desired effect on your conversions. And I also recommend downloading my formula. This is the free guide to generating leads and sales online. So sales copy essentially is one of the ways in which you can improve your conversions. So the way in which your website turns website visitors into tangible leads or sales. But also, that's just one part of the formula. You need to drive traffic. You need to know how to convert that traffic in order for you to generate leads, and in order for you to generate repeat business and sales to your business. And I speak about that and I analyze that in the formula and some of my other paid products as well. But the formula is absolutely free. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below and also somewhere on this screen. So make sure you go and grab your free copy. But I really do hope that this video brought you value. And if it did, then please click the like button down below and make sure you share this video with a friend. If you have any additional questions or comments, then leave them for me in the comment section. But until next time, watch some of my other great videos. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more awesome business related content. Have a great day, download the formula, and I will see you soon.